나이스! 나이스! 렛츠고! 나이스! 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 나이스!
And if you're just joining us and that's all you saw, well, T1 picked up the win, and picked up the win they did. I tell you what, Buzz, be careful, because you might swallow that cum next time, pal. In any case, though, welcome back. Golden Boy here alongside with Kukuka and Sideshow. And T1 just managed to 13-4. Am I remembering that right? 13-4 Vitality on Haven, when we thought that this was supposed to be some mirror match, close contestation, blah, 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 blah. Sideshow turned out to be smoke and mirrors.
That was terrible from Vitality.
I mean, terrible.
The game plan with the Jet, didn't see it. I know that Safe is at the top of the scoreboard, but I wasn't seeing the value from that pick. I don't think that they... I mean, you play with fire, you get burned. They played two of T1's best maps here on Lotus and Haven, and they're almost getting 2-0'd. They're kind of lucky that they're not out of the tournament already, Vitality.
Jesus Christ. I mean, this could have perfectly been a 2-0. I will give you that. I will give you that. Do you think that at some point, Safe was scared because of what Meteor said, that if they were the ISO head-to-head, that Meteor would smoke him, and that's the reason why he was like, I'm not playing ISO.
Meteor was so cold in the press conference, he said, for me, it's a kill contract, for you, it's a death sentence.
Yo!
After a line like that, yeah, you're like, oh, I'll go on
You're
Jet.
swapping. I'm going Jet.
I have heard some crazy stuff where I'm from. That's cold,
That's
dude.
cold.
That's cold, real talk.
Meteor was getting so much more value than Safe was in this game. I know if you look at the stats, it looks like Safe was the best player on the team, but the Jet pick wasn't finding the same value that you get from the ISO.
I feel like they were trying to do two different things at the same time, and they never really found the synergy to make that composition work.
Yeah, and it's very weird, right? Because Vitality is no stranger to this composition. They know how to play it. They should know how to stop it. They should know also that in this kind of situations, T1, when it is more about the fast pace, T1 are very, very used to it. Meteor was just playing like it was another day in the park.
So many shots, though.
And look at this kind of thing, where you get the util value from it, too. You get the vulnerable into the Sova ultimate here. There's so many spots where the ISO is just valuable. It's not just a fragger.
And how is it possible that Vitality is not expecting those kind of things? Like, for example, in this execute, they are seeing it. They know that those ultimates are available.
Now, of course, if you're taking a look at this, like, Safe had a decent showing on the Jet, but again, there wasn't really much else coming out of that because it was a 13-4 finish. And, you know, talk about that ISO. I gotta say, you know, you think about like other hero shooters in the past and stuff like that, you always got to talk about a tank character. I mean, ISO's literally that. Like, how many shots was he eating to give them those wins? That one fight that happened in Hell, that was big. He got 2 kills off of that. One of those was from a dink on the shield that protected him. He could have been cooked off of that, and yet he gets 2.
I just didn't see the ante either. Like, I really expected, like you were talking about, Kukuka, a team that plays it so much would come out with some really nice ideas. And we were talking about, oh, run the breach Tejo. So many different ways that you can try to play against this. They have to now mentally reset and go into our third map here. And another issue that you were bringing up was the pistol round problems that they've been having, because they only won 1 in the entire series so far, and they immediately got eco'd.
Yeah, exactly, and into
like a
rampage of rounds. But right now, everything is on the comfort for T1, because as they're saying, right now was like 3 for 4, but it kind of fell like 4 for 4 because of the consequence of the rest of them. And we're speaking about always this trading, always accelerating the pace when needed, and sometimes, especially on the second one that we saw in this map, maybe Vitality not reacting fast enough, losing a little bit of the steam, and it puts us again in the same situation that we were on map 1.
And that actually is a great thing to note there, because there were a few times on like some of these executes where I noticed Vitality, a team that would typically be very quick on the response, were so slow to react on some of these plays. So it really is a credit to T1.
I don't think it has to do exclusively like with the composition. I feel like they were a little bit thrown off because of how they have the same ideas, but just
like
T1 did it much faster, and Meteor just feels so comfortable.
There was
and
a
the
guy there with the paranoia that could have just hit 4.
Kicks took so long to react to this trip being broken. I think that Vitality at the moment, what you're seeing is a team that's good individually, but they're not playing off each other well enough. And I think that's a key thing for them to improve on.
And there's so many layers onto this, because with them taking out the ISO, we also see Bus going on the operator. You're giving him that freedom when he's so good with it. It doesn't matter if he gets the kill or not, the pressure is there.
Vitality have got a lot of pressure on their shoulders now. It's, like you said earlier, a bit like free money for T1. They've done an amazing job showcasing that they're a good team on Haven, able to get the win, and now they've got a chance not just to be the top Korean team, but become top 3 in the world in this first tournament that this roster's going to this year. That's incredible.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but where were they ranked on the power rankings?
Oh, like the bottom. But like, of course they were. I feel like you look at this team and what they were showcasing coming into the tournament, they've grown, developed, and also their ideas have been proven to work. They've got big stage players. Buzz and Meteor are out there putting up big performances when it matters, showcasing that kind of tenacity can take you all the distance.
You also have veteran leadership there in Stacks, who you can always turn to at a moment's notice. Like, there's a lot that T1 can lean on here. But on the other side, though, what does Vitality do? Because Kakuka, they got to shake things up here.
Back to the drawing board. For T1, they narrowly lost the first one. They managed to close very cleanly on the second one. It's about forgetting everything that happened. This is all that matters. This last map. Isu now going on the Euro. He's been having a good performance on Haven. He was feeling it, and with this double duelist, is going to be even better.
T1 plays an unusual style on this map. They play heavy anchor on the sites rather than playing pretty like off-site retake setups. Meteor tends to, in the first quarter, anchor towards B quite a lot. If Vitality have done their homework, they can come up with some really good specific game plans, but I'm not confident because of what we saw on Haven.
Yeah, my eyes go to Kix, #1, because I think that this is one of his best maps, and to Les as well. Such a good first map, and a little bit of a sink down on the second one.
He's most definitely going to need a recovery for sure. Vitality want a chance in this one, folks. It's all coming down to this. You got one map to determine which team moves on to tomorrow's lower final and which team goes home. We're sending home a region. Here's Achilleos and Paperthin for the call.
One map to determine it all. As we go into split, team play will rule the day, something that was lacking from Vitality on Haven, something that T1 had in spades. But how do they fare going into this? A long series, an overtime to start things off on that first map. A bit of a breezy one on the second. With the veteran seat on the side of Vitality, you have to suspect that they're going to be able to get that mental reset, to come back into this, to make up for those shortcomings in that last map.
For sure, there's no give up in either of these squads today. They know what's on the line, and they're playing like it.
Well, we're not going to get a spot here. Desk was highlighting it. We've highlighted it. Pistols, something that Vitality has very much struggled with. The one win immediately got ecoed in the next round.
They're showing a bit of a different look early. They're trying to create some attention towards B. The last time they played this against ERX, they just went full A.
Reposition though, Meteor getting a bit of damage in. Sends out that bite. Strafing across in towards alley. Durka sat here on the box, but in the meantime, the exec is coming through onto the A side. Isu trying to stay sat here behind the screen, getting flushed out, but just frantically backpedaling over in towards elbow. They come piling out, but Safe runs out of bullets. Buzz now here, Spike on the floor, Trex dead. Durka still slowly trying to creep his way across. Just now past that defender spawn, working his way towards screens, but eyes tied there by Sylvan. Now they know no player location, but less. Fantastic headshot. Takes out Buzz, takes out Isu. And now it comes down to the 1v1, and Les has got it! Whatever he was lacking on Haven, he's got it back. A 4K to get Vitality their second pistol win.
Just put the man on Viper and he's good to go. Absolutely disgusting stuff. I mean, this should be T1's round. But Les is gonna snatch it away from them. Sylvan goes for the swing and pays the price. Cinema.
Yeah, starting to get their energy back here. T1 looking like basically Just a shorty on the commitment here. Smattering of utility.
That was a pretty good read from T1 in some ways. They were able to react quick enough. Shut that fake down. That's, yep, Izu just TP's out.
Doesn't TP very far. I mean, does he? Ton of damage, 24 health remaining on him. They know he likes to play around that screen, so I'm getting pre-fired through it.
Yep. Well aware. T1, I was kind of curious coming into this if they were going to change comps again. I was with that shorty.
Double push into the smoke. It is. Kill found on the Durka, but no weapon to be found. Just playing forward with the pistol. The other players, one's with the Bulldogs, the Phantom. Was able to get a reposition here. Reading the lurk from Les. Butch coming in. He does manage to take him out, but once again, no weapon upgrades available, but it's still decent damage here. One more kill for T1. That's gonna hurt the bank.
They're quick to rotate over.
What do they call here? Paranoia to try to slow off the back of the Prowler.
Cover going out.
Paint Shell similarly lobbed in, just keeping things delayed. 22 seconds left here for Vitality. Taunt going out, going to be cleared out here from Meteor. They know that one's going to be over at default. Flower to the check to push out of the smoke. Trex instantaneous with a headshot, finds another. Buzz up onto the Raptor! Able to find two! As Kicks with just a few seconds to spare. Will be able to get the spike planted. Tries to drag across. Whittled away at down to 63 HP. And aftershock, a couple flashes, but nothing can be done! Out from garage, T1 once more, give up a pistol, but clap back in the eco.
And what a round from Buzz here. They set him up nicely for the first kill in the mid. Trex does a great job breaking through the defenses on site, but Buzz is on the rafters, and he's making it rain, baby. Woohoo!
Round two, the final map, to see who qualifies into the lower final tomorrow. T1 respond with a MasterCard Thrifty. Looking like maybe some mild buys here for the side of Vitality. Durka, Bucky. Kicks trying to make up his mind as far as which weapon he wants.
This is gonna be tough. T1 playing with great patience. Again, some of those trap plays. T1 loves to run, giving value. Durka trying to put this shotgun to good use.
Buzz letting him know, yes, I am running away from you, in fact. It's a swing out here, in towards Rampant Kicks. And Stinger able to come up with value. Weapon now going to be scooped up here from Les. It's Vitality. Look to Thrifty them right back.
That's the last person you want that Phantom to be taken by. It is so scary. They're maintaining nice control of A Heaven here. This gives them a good opportunity to break through onto the site. The question is with Izu right underneath, are they going to be able to anticipate that position? Stack's playing an elbow.
Still has to be worried about an angle out here from main. The Prowler going to be giving it away. Takes the TP. Trying to sell that he has, in fact, repositioned. Trex bouncing his way up the ramp. Izu now striking. Comes away with the Elim. 35 seconds remaining. The push forward, Meteor. Takes a second, but aligns it. Kicks on the corner. Whittled away out even more. Now down to just 8 HP. The push in, Durka point blank. Off the Paranoia, still able to find one. But T1 will hold their ground. The early advantage, the early kill. Not leading to success here for Vitality.
And this is such a heady play from Izu. Gets identified by the utility. A nice win early here for Vitality, but this was something Vitality was doing to T1, especially on Vine, where util would confirm someone's position and they'd immediately rotate, and it would catch T1 off guard. Izu giving Vitality a taste of their own medicine there. A great Paranoia to back up Meteor. Even with that shotgun there, it's not able to find anything other than one kill. Op gonna be invested in. It's gonna be Izu grabbing it.
And immediately safe, just having to burn another teleport. It's out. Stuck in behind the boxes.
Shadows traveling.
It's just
The
a
smoke on Mail, Izu.
full default here for Vitality. A little bit of info gained both ways. Izu trying to take some space. Sets up the gate crash as well.
He's re-swinging. The jiggle not going to go wide enough. Izu anticipating another one here. Peeks out. Safe. Eliminated. Some spam here from Sylvan and Paranoia, going to be sent in towards main to try to go ahead and slow things up, but Vitality, they've already hit the brakes.
Damage.
Pain shell out from Buzz. Stop the push up from the ramp. Boombot, Pain shell as well available to Durka. Boombot avoided for the moment, rides the rope, and Durka off on that angle. It's unanticipated, but Stacks now filling space here into heaven. Rips apart two, tries to go for the haunt clear. Solid distraction there for Trex. He plays off of it nicely. Now a 2v3.
Left.
Already significant damage dealt. Dimensional drift now coming their way. One peek off the Raptor. We'll be able to spot them both out. Sylvan here, eliminated. Zizu decides to back off for the moment. Still that off in hand, still time being bought, 10 seconds remaining. Swings out, does not have the shot. Hell of one there from Les. Snakebite at his feet. Makes him a little bit lower, down to 22. Meteor having to play into the pit. Trex nearly at full HP. Makes this almost nigh impossible for him.
Oh, look at this positioning from
Almost
Les.
a push in point blank. Perhaps a 180 here from Les. If he can find the first kill on the Trex, but he cannot. Solid heroics. This Vitality managed to tie things 2-2.
I mean, Les is just unreal, dude. He is so, so good. Nice hold here from Stacks. Great play by Trex as well. Playing right off the back of his haunt.
Accidentals.
I love it.
You know, sometimes jump for joy.
The way they used the peak timing there. Someone jumps in front, the peak's behind. Dimensional drift, not able to get the value you'd want, and Izu gets beat by Les with the crouch peak.
I thought perhaps Vitality would look to try to take that operator here in the attack half for them, but instead it's just going to be a send from T1 out in the main, and this time Les not going to be given any chance to have those heroics, to have that bailout. Taking out off the rip, but Durka answers one back, one away from a showstopper of his own as Meteor will fall. Viperless are the teams.
Trap set up around the corner. Izu using that gate crash.
It's just a Guardian.
Yep.
Not the greatest to try to shut down full garage push flood. So far Durka able to dance around these shots. The Prowler not going to be checking this corner. He plays it patiently. The Paranoia is waiting for it to expire. Sylvan into garage, mows down two, and the trap works a treat. 3-2, T1 narrowly back into the lead. But for Vitality, a couple of these players, the economy, just a bit all over the place.
And these are ideas that weren't working for T1 against EDG. EDG was so good about sniffing these out. This is just so well played. The patience there, the Paranoia timing, so good from Sylvan. And then they're able to follow up nicely. Showstopper off the rip as well. I mean, if you can get less, take that every time. It's going to be a weaker buy for Vitality. Maybe going to turn up the tempo with the Showstopper to boot. Nightfall as well in play, one away from a Rolling Thunder for kicks.
Izu just somehow getting just a wallbang headshot there on a save. Turn on the flash from Buzz, another one going to be layered in, but save just bouncing forward, classic in hand. Buzz is getting picked off. The weapon here at the drop. Stacks here to try to protect it, rides the rope back up to the opposite side. A bit of a jump scare there from Les perhaps. Finds the one, but Durka out of range with the stinger. Does manage to bring this back to parity. The one weapon recovered.
This is so tough for T1 because they lost Heaven Control and they're not able to re-clear it.
I know that Durka has that ultimate. Sylvan desperately trying to stay alive. The Haunt able to get the reveal. Durka flooding forward, chasing in, seeing the Tracer, trying to find him. Does get that kill, but now Izu dropping down. Already has the spike out in main. T1 will stabilize. Persevering through scrappy round after scrappy round.
A lot of these rounds have come down to Sylvan's ability to buy time on these sites, to set up his teammates to rotate in. A little bit of frustration there from Buzz. All's well that ends well. Stacks has stepped up, doing a great job working around the ropes, working around A Heaven. Stinger so nasty in the hands of Vitality, but able to weather the storm. RT1 operator in hand again. Stun there to back it off, a TP out.
Going out.
Don't want to mess around with it too much. A little bit of kind of a differentiation here for Vitality, anticipating that Izu might be there with that op again, using that stun to back him off, to gain that space, to gain a little bit more map control. As again, they're trying to show some presence over towards B. Buzz has to be very cautious.
On to try to check, he stays tucked in behind the box, the jiggle peek, not spotting anything. Looks for the swoop out, and so damn snappy. Less on the floor, Durka trying to reply. Couple shots through that wall. Nothing to write home about quite just yet.
Like the proactivity from T1. They get their kill and they don't overstay their welcome. They don't try to hold down for the hero play. A lot of mid-aggression.
TP from Sylvan, checks forward in towards main. Boombot, sent Meteor, tucking back into Mail. Able to avoid this.
So smart.
The push coming through, and it is not red. It is not giving credence. Kicks on the floor, Meteor overextending out in the mid, does end up getting punished. A bit of an opener now. It's Izu tucking back, paranoia hit, but he still has the shot! Showstopper out! Durka finding one, but Izu continues to massacre! One after the other! He beats them back!
That is unbelievable game sense from Izu. He reads this play so well.
Did he have a glimpse?
Maybe he did. Might have just been a timing. Meteor plays that smoke so well. Nope. He just timinged it. And then he expects the push from Heaven. Knows Durka's there. Durka's trying to spam, and some frustration from Les. T1's getting fired up. Smiles from the IGL.
Vamos from Autumn. Wasn't able to get that victory for his birthday yesterday, but I think he'd still happily take one here. But this is still far from over. Vitality, a timeout call, first one on this final map of the set. Try to still right the ship. Plenty more rounds still to be played, but they need to find an answer on how to break through this defensive line.
I thought maybe it would come through the play of Trex. We've seen some good moments with him, with the Prowlers, with the Haunts, but the follow-up hasn't always been there, and T1's been really good at just getting those early picks, giving themselves that man advantage, and playing off the back of that, using that information, being very patient, not over-aggressing, not trying to, again, make those hero plays, waiting things out. And for Vitality, it's frankly been hero plays that have got them their 2 rounds. It's been less. And, you know, with the op in play, with all these other things, T1 started to really lock down these sites, starting to do something they couldn't do the last time. So the adjustments, no time really, and they're still able to come through.
HL right at Turkish feet, yeah. Tears him up. 48 health, Izu opting to pause on the shot. Repositions, tries to check over towards this sewer side, but there's going to be some pressure coming his way. And as he arrives over at screen, he's able to get a little bit of damage across, but Buzz now, once again, repositioning. TP forward into the side from safe.
This is going to have to be a full flood retake here for T1. Buzz's position identified. Can't find Durka.
Here, there on the left, but as he peeks out, doesn't get that kill. He's made an attempt. Buzz says, I'll give my life for the cause! And he comes away with 2! Easy with a shorty in hand, able to find Les. Meteor going to be taken down now. A frantic pivot called. But they're so far separated, worlds apart. Just a stinger and a frenzy.
Should be able at the very least to get the plant on B. Your question is how much more damage can Safe do?
Izu waiting, lurking. Prowler spotting. It's not going to be a plant on B. Trex was trying to rotate back around, catch them off guard here at Heaven. Seems like T1, well, they absolutely know now. It's going to hightail it away, try to go for that money. Try to give himself some kind of odds here in this round, but it would truly be miraculous with that stinger and 25 HP. Pull off anything, because there's stacks in Heaven. Spike planted, yes, but round in the hands of T1.
They're just making great micro adjustments, T1. Buzz in his position at the top of ramp, avoiding the re-clear attempt, the util that came out from Vitality. Misses the mark, and he's able to find 2 off the back of it. The paint shell's there to clean him up. Izu just waiting with the shorty.
What are these timings?
No. Might have gotten a little info from somebody in heaven.
I heard something either. Either that. Either way. 6-2. Cash aplenty for the side of T1. Vitality just continuously getting knocked back, needing to find a little round win streak to try to close out this half.
I feel like it's got to be here. Oh, what a shot from Lass.
That is a nasty one. Operator dismantled, reading it perfectly. That's the kind of punish that we were seeing happen to T1 versus EDG. That overextend, that confidence from Izu, getting punished in main.
Now you've got 2 big ultimates for Vitality. You've got the Nightfall, you've got the Rolling Thunder. This has to be your round.
Up back into the hands here from Buzz. Where do they send the ult from? Lug to get into the cubby here. Les, can he do it again? The answer's not quite. Elbow spotted. Buzz on the re-peek. Now goes up a showstopper! And Kicks is dead. Ults be damned! Buzz will not allow them to use them.
Not like this. Unbelievable stuff from Buzz. But you had to start feeling like Vitality had a chance. You're able to take Izu out of the round. He's been so good. But instead, Buzz says, nah, I'm good with the op 2. I'm just gonna scoop it up. And you're not gonna expect it.
Cover going out.
Has to be a save. This has just been a completely different T1 team from what we saw in Split versus EDG. They're just so much better with their decision making today.
It's a different T1 team, but it's also a different Vitality from what we saw that led them here to this very moment.
They beat
Where's that
DRX.
bite? Where's that bite? Where's that tenacity?
Yeah. They beat DRX on this map. It was close. They're just, I mean, yeah, okay, great. Les is so ready for that. Oh, just saw the elbow. Ready for the re-peek. And then poor Kicks is just watching. That was my reaction too.
They are doing this fan dirty. For what it's worth, the menthol thing smells great.
They do.
Bring them down.
I'm enjoying them.
Ricker once again looking for a pacey push over towards ramp. Once again, eating some damage. This time not quite as much, but still chipped away at by that paint shell from Buzz.
And a great differentiation in the setups here for T1. Putting Izu really far back onto B, sliding Sylvan over to control Male, and then you've got 3 on A to shut down.
Does Buzz read this though? Looks like the answer's gonna be no. Less. Another solid early kill, but needing to find some more around the rest of the map. Boombot Prowler checking these angles. Bite lobbed in here from Meteor. Hold them at bay here for the moment. Smoke cycled back across here onto Vent. Stacks. Forward position, peeking into main. Trying to replicate the heroics from Buzz in the previous round, but isn't going to have an op in hand. So just go ahead and tuck back around the corner. Rolling Thunder at the ready. Not going to connect here on the stacks. He stays quiet for the time being here behind the wall, waiting for his moment, and he absolutely botches it. Barely any damage found as the plant comes through, and this is the exact kind of opening that Vitality desperately needed. Maybe not gaining it in the fashion that they had expected. Meteor, however, on the lurk, wants to try to turn this around. Finds the first. The TP can't be completed. Zay picked off the Dimensional Drift, now in play a 3v3 as he notes him in the corner. And Meteor tears him asunder. Both over towards elbow. Meteor on for the ace. Sprays away, cannot get it. Izu steals it. But T1 have stolen the round.
There it is again. The extinction level event that is Meteor. A classic lurk. As soon As the smokes go down in mid and Meteor doesn't see anyone, he's immediately on his horse, lurking to find this angle. And he does. Catches Les completely off guard into the dimensional drift to get the info for him. And that's got him on his feet. You don't see that every day. Buzz is peeking the mic. He's so fired up. Unbelievable.
2 more rounds to be played out in the half. It's been 8-4 across these first 2. Vitality. Can they get there? As they so desperately need to. The Nightfall, a pit. It's currently available, perhaps a showstopper during this round or in the next.
Go get him.
Buzz here just trying to suss out how many players are there. Not going to try to go for the aggressive play this time. Thinks better of it after what happened in the previous round. Stack's going to confirm some presence with the Prowler. That doesn't seem to be getting a call from the IGL. Had the Boombot and the Prowler cleared, and they're only got 2 players over here.
Jiggle ping, spawning. All likelihood at least 3 out there in main. Buzz trying to get positioned. Anticipating this flank here from that ramp side. Vitality needing to have some heaven control. Swings all above the paint shell and is able to find one. They're going to be put down, and Meteor intercepts Les, not allowing him to escape. In the meantime, the rest of Vitality have not scaled forward. They have not gained control of the site.
Meteor's going on a walkabout. They're thinking about this, getting ready for the Nightfall. But T1 is fanned out. Aware of this ult.
He's still a world away, trying to just see if they're going for this late pivot. The Nightfall will confirm the attack here onto the A site.
Oh!
Stacks this time, finds the opening hit.
Down A.
Meteor gonna be taken down. But the time starting to dwindle. Trex going to be noted. Stacks sees in position. Won't be able to swing out, won't be able to try to interrupt this plant here. Just tucks back over towards screens.
Bring them down.
The ping's flying, the fake out sent.
Cover going out.
Smoke cycle to Paranoia, dodged by 1. Trex blinded up. Tries to hide here in the smoke, trying to find some safety. Safe. Finding the first shot, Trex finding the other. Now all on Stacks, pushing forward, finds the first one. Some frantic spray, but down to 30 HP. Shots ringing out. The health is just not there for him. Trex will narrowly get Vitality over the line to get a 3rd round win.
Oh, desperation here for Vitality, but they're able to pull it off. Nice work by Trex on the backside of this. The util keeping Stacks in check the whole way. The Nightfall into a seize. And able to find some great holds there.
Nice.
Able to outduel him in the long run.
Let's go.
With the damage already done.
Nice. Let's go.
Coming through and faded. Trying to will his team to victory. 8-3, and like you were saying, it's been 8-4 every time. Buzz with the op.
Sees the jiggle peek. Durka didn't catch enough of a glimpse, and it was a very risky jump back across. But it's just gonna go for the weapon swap.
It's not much info given over for T1 with the way that Vitality's been playing. They're so hard to read.
Doesn't clear him. And he's able to find the jiggle. Expects another player. Fault line will confirm it for him. It just takes the gate crash out, and that means that that pit cannot come into play. It cannot be a factor in Vitality getting up to a 4th round win in the half.
Trying to find a way to break through the defenses at mid, but T1's got everything here.
Some minor damage there. Once again, on to Durka. 2 kills to try to find a showstopper. Let's just quietly going over in towards mid. The double peek.
30 seconds left.
So that's going to be the lion's share of the team. Durka trying to scale forward here. Buzz takes position inside of the smoke. Some shots frantically coming through. Goes for the peek out. Trex is there with covering fire on the exit out from sewer. The Nightfall goes across. The decay is in, and Durka gets picked off on entry. Time now dwindling. 10 seconds remaining. Meteor able to find one. Sylvan gets rid of Safe. And Trex needs to be the hero. A safe planned attempt, but they held him down. 8-4, no more. T1 get out to a monstrous lead. 9-3 at the half.
And T1 trying to show Vitality the door out of this tournament. Can they do it? A 9-3 lead, is that good enough on split? We will have to wait and see.
We are back, T1. Looking to make a statement here in this final map as they look to earn their way into the lower final tomorrow for a rematch against EDG. For a shot at the organization's first trophy in Valorant. For Meteor's second Masters victory.
And this has been the side of the map where T1 can heat up, where they can do damage with this double duelist comp. So much pressure going to be on some of those side anchors. Less safe in particular. We know they can step up to the plate. We know they can do it, but they're gonna have to dig deep, deeper than they have this year so far to try to find a way back into this. T1 looking so good. Izu 15-4, Buzz 12-9. The duelist stepping up to the plate on that defender side. What can they get done here on this attacker side as we go into the last half of this match?
And Vitality not only need this pistol, but they need to not drop the anti-eco on the other side. Buzz very quickly storming his way forward. He gets a catch on the kicks. What a trap play! As the floodgates are blown wide open. A lurk from Safe here on the site. Within the smoke, as some noise heard, but less caught off guard. The push out, the triple kill. Another pistol to T1. 4-2. And now 10-3 here on the final map.
And what a combo that they set up to break through Mail. It is Afterburners engaged here for T1. Buzz just bypassing all that util, and then they're gonna completely crunch them. That Frenzy working a treat here for Sylvan, and he's so ready for Les's timing to come out of that smoke in B Heaven. Just great awareness. T1 is so mentally prepared for this map and the way that Vitality wants to play. Gotta give some credit here to the coaching staff for getting them ready, because they look so strong. Still some work to do. Vitality, can they find an eco of their own? Can they turn this map around?
Have to be on the back of Les. Has that Sheriff in hand. Had that 4K to start off this map, but 2 players down. Les will find a very solid headshot. Stack's gonna be on the floor. Further damage will hit the economy here for T1.
They're gonna make a wrap off of this. Try to come from an unexpected angle. Still have a little bit of util to use. Prowler and a C's.
Rex is gonna be needing some attention pulled in the opposite direction. He's just quite low on health. Paint shell set, Buzz swinging out. He'll get taken down, the paint shell. Able to find one. It's Sylvan. It's been so damn clutch here for the team before. He's looking to do it again. But this time he cannot. Vitality. What an answer back. Pulling off the eco.
Just disgusting stuff from Durka. All he needs is a ghost. Last with the Sheriff, finds a huge kill here. Oh my god, that is so nasty. There's a great paint shell to flush Sylvan out, and he knows it. content issue.
I would like to think so, but that'd be a deep cut reference for this crowd. Who knows? Either way. Bucky, Guardian, still some heft behind this from T1. They've been so good at pulling off these ecos. They want to try to do it again. Completely turn this on its head and not allow for an in. Safe, however, very snappy to readjust. Finds the kill onto Stacks. Durka on this lurk, but Izu has managed to find one. Chase is coming in. Buzz with a Bucky. It's been his gun of the tournament. And as he goes storming forward into B heaven, he will get taken down.
Spike, though, still left in Ramen. As Meteor is going around the world on this one. Sylvan's going to pick it up, try to make his way all the way through, but I think they're going to hear this.
Footsteps should be able to be noted here. Meteor's position, highly unlikely. As the Clash comes in and Kicks does get the better of him.
Phenomenal read from Kicks.
Absolutely necessary kill. As for Sylvan, from here, doesn't even want to go for the orb tap. Let's just try to see if he can get a little bit of extra value, and he shall.
Wow.
Safe shut down. 30 seconds. If he pivoted now,
30 seconds left.
he'd make a go of it, but he wants to try to clutch this out, where he was able to get his 1v5 ace.
Cover going out.
Can he do it once more to get T1 up to 11?
Spike planted.
Same site. Get hit by the stun, though.
Stunned up, does manage to clear that haunt. Aftershock to flush him to the side. The Prowler still trying to hunt. 13 left in the magazine. Finds the first, but kicks out in front of the spray. Will be the sole survivor on Vitality to get their first consecutive round win on Split. The gap now 5 rounds.
A lot of damage done by T1 here. Safe, though. Doing a great job holding down that B push. Then he's the one up here in heaven, waiting. Buzz with open arms, shuts it down, and that's just phenomenal awareness from Kicks.
Player standing.
Meteor was on alert from the get-go. You're taking so much space. And
Tell Sax was believing in it.
Yep.
Trusting that Sylvan would be able to work his magic once again, and he does get damn close.
Showstopper for Durka. Got to keep your eyes on that. They're looking for this trap play. They've got the breach up top.
Sent in, but it's gonna go for the gate crash target, and Sylvan on the peek out. He's able to find one. Trex! He's just storming into the garage, delivering his own demise. Desperately trying to trade. He's rocket into heaven, won't find much, but T1
There.
find themselves very cozy and very much at home here on this B site. 5 players alive, Vitality already saving.
What a counter! T1's one step ahead of them there. I thought this was going to be great. Durka's going to fly in. He's going to blow him up. Trex is going to follow behind. They're going to knock T1 out of the round. But no, they're so ready. Izu's there to bait. He TP's out, and then they all step in. They flood through and just kick Vitality out, kick him in the teeth. Stax wins a battle in mid to take down Les, and that's round over.
Still waiting. Where are
Ridiculous. Ridiculous how good the mental has been for T1 in these last 2 maps. And to think they lost in overtime on the first map, on their map pick. And they've just been in cruise control ever since.
Just not allowing for any chance for Vitality to get steadied. I mean, Sylvan he's stunned up, but he's still able to find that headshot. You can see the desperation, and Trex just trying to get himself over there, to get something back into their favor.
See the disbelief there on our co-streamers' faces. Believe me, I'm feeling it too. I could not believe that. I thought T1 was in trouble. They had him red. Clear the bot. Couple rifles. Les with that Sheriff. Always that danger man. Stacks again. Trying to give some attention towards mid. Izu gets a spot on the safe. He's the only one here on the beat.
Here.
Seems to be the direction that T1 is leaning in. Tickle of damage from Meteor onto Les. The rotation's already coming through for Vitality. This is taking a long time to set up for T1.
Crash out. Pain Shell try to force them back around the pillar. Swing coming through. Other player really being able to see the punch. It'll spot out the leg there below the smoke. Drop down from Kicks. Setting the spray. Finding Meteor, but less. Kicks now both dead. Two players left alive, Durka and Trex. One was just a stinger. One with no health.
It's a
One
fake!
floating flash into the corner.
Player standing.
As Buzz comes up with 3. T1
Find you.
up to match point.
Unbelievable, that clone got so much value. He wasn't sure. T1 just explodes onto the site. Buzz there sees the foot of Safe, is able to spray him down. Great readjustment from Sylvan after clearing the haunt. There's just no hope, stuck in that corner. Util being thrown their way. And Vitality on the ropes, clinging to life. Do they have it in them to turn it back? Because T1 is looking to face EDG again.
Everything comes down to this last timeout. From here, the players are sent out to pasture by the coach to fend for themselves, to try to run this back. We have seen miracles on the global stages. We have seen teams overcome immense odds and deficits. But given the way that T1 have been playing this, the way that they've been playing Vitality like a fiddle, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make it happen. But it has to start from here. Some critical ultimates nearly there for Vitality. If they can get that ball rolling, if they can get that 6-round win, there's a chance to try to snowball this into another overtime.
Bring them down.
Can't even pull by. Guardian and a Bulldog, Safe and Trex respectively. Izu's clone gonna be cleared. Stacks one away from a Nightfall.
No charges.
And that sees to buy a little bit of extra space. Izu gets shot at, trying to tap the spike. Gonna return in kind. A little bit of fire.
Grenade!
A lot of attention, again, trying to showcase they're going towards B, but
Bring them down.
TP over, excuse me, move over to the other side, and here we go, T1's chance.
Catch them.
And Shell over towards that screen corner. Keeps Kicks back, out into the open, and Meteor takes his head clean off. First kill advantage, now the second. As Meteor looks to take over the round. Buzz fighting one, Meteor on for 3. Safe, the IGL, the captain, the only one, and he cannot get it done! 13-5! T1 earn their position in the lower final. A rematch versus EDG tomorrow. As Meteor looks for his second Masters trophy.
These are two teams built to win trophies this year, going head to head, and it's going to be Pacific's T1 that bests them in a 3-match series after losing a brutal overtime in Lotus. They smoke Vitality out of Haven and Split, and onto a best-of-5 tomorrow against EDG. What an insane performance, what mental resilience shown here by this veteran Korean team.
Commiserations and well played to Vitality. A hell of a performance here at the tournament. A scary team for sure to look forward to seeing more of at these global events throughout this year. That squad is stacked. That squad is not going to go quietly into the night.
No.
They're going to look for a bounce back. They're going to look for revenge. But for T1, we have to acknowledge the expectations put on this team by the community, often rated down towards the bottom of this tournament. With the lineage of T1, of SK Telecom, throughout their history in esports, it's the definition of excellence, of dominance, of bringing home trophies, and my God, they may just be able to do it if they can get through EDG and get a crack at G2 in that grand final.
Think about this, for Buzz and Stax, those two players on your screen right there, a chance to their best performance ever at a global. Third place at Istanbul, and they have a shot now. It's gonna be a tough one going up against CDG, but they have a shot to finally make a global championship, a global grand finals. Can they do it? Can they muster that strength again?
Matching the previous achievements is not going to be enough for these players, especially for Stax, somebody who was absent for so very long from the global stage after his departure from DRX. The T1 did not be able to qualify for champions at the end of last year. But this is going to be a very brutal road. Non-stop matches, a best of 5 tomorrow, and if they can win that, another best of 5 the day after.
The endurance you're gonna have as T1 is going to be superhuman if they can get through that. But if there's any team that can, may just well be them. But what they showed here today, there's no give up in this squad. They aren't going down quietly. They're coming in with fire. They're coming in with passion. And it was a team effort today. I really want to say this.
Absolutely.
Everybody stepped up on T1 today. Everybody had their moments.
He absolutely did. Sylvan continuing to look excellent. Meteor, much more comfortable, much more at home.
Yeah.
It would seem on that Viper here on Split.
Buzz and Izu, so good on those duelist roles. Meteor on the ISO. Stax had some huge multi-kill rounds. Just gotta like what you're saying. The thing I like the most, though, is they're making good reads. They're not often over-aggressing. They're playing safely. They're playing for each other. They're not giving up free kills as much as we saw in the early parts of this tournament. They're downloading this information, and they're coming through with the correct answers.
None of that overheat, none of that disjointedness. And I suppose this is what happens. This is what it looks like when T1 play clean and they play together. Because their series, their whole run-up throughout this tournament, they've been contentious, they've been close to taking down those squads, but they have never looked as good as they did here in this series. But he has had a hell of a performance. He's recently back on the squad. We're gonna hear from Sylvan now in a Verizon post-match interview.
And walking away victorious tonight is T1! All right, I'm standing here with Sylvan and it's Sarah to talk about today's T1's win. Now, congratulations, Sylvan. This is your first international tournament, and yet you made it to top 3. What does it mean to you to be able to do this? You know, especially when you stepped in when the team needed you the most. 실반 선수 첫 국제 대회인데 탑3 안에 들었습니다. 개인적으로 어떤 의미인지 궁금해요. 특히나 팀이 필요로 할 때 들어와서 해주고 있거든요.
일단은 탑3까지 들어가 있는데 이게 이제 프로를 해야 되지 않나, 이제 뭐랄까 프로 게임의 이제 계기가 된 프로 게임을 이제 우승을 하고 싶어가지고 한 거라서 탑3는 일단 의미 아직 잘 모르겠고 저는 꼭 무조건 우승을 노리고 있어가지고 탑1이 되겠습니다.
Oh yeah, we made it to top 3, but you know what? Everybody starts their pro player career wanting to be number 1. So yeah, top 3 sounds good, but I'm still aiming to be the top 1, number 1 in the world.
โอ้และสำหรับภาษาไทยนั่นเองนะครับผมยาวมากเลยนะแต่คำถามหลักๆนะครับถามว่ารู้สึกยังไงบ้างที่ได้เป็นท็อป 3 แล้วนะครับของทัวร์นาเมนต์นี้และที่สำคัญที่สุดเลยคือรู้สึกยังไงบ้างที่ได้สเต็ปขึ้นมานะครับผมเป็นตัวหนึ่งที่สำคัญมากๆในทีวันเลยทีเดียวนะครับผมซึ่งคำตอบที่ซิลแวนให้เรานั่นก็คือบอกว่ายังไงท้ายที่สุดแล้วท็อป 3 เนี่ยก็เป็นสิ่งที่ยอดเยี่ยมแล้วแต่โปรเพลเยอร์ทุกคนต้องการเป็นท็อป 1 เท่านั้นครับผมเพราะฉะนั้นก็ต้องรอดูต่อไปว่าเขาจะได้หรือเปล่าครับ
Right, T1 top 1. That makes sense. But let's talk about what happened after Lotus, because it looked like you guys had it in the bag, but it slipped away. So how did you guys mentally recover? 로터스 거의 이겼는데 역전당했잖아요. 좀 멘탈이 괜찮을까 걱정도 했었는데 어떤 얘기가 있었고 어떻게 멘탈 관리를 했을까요?
일단은 로터스에서 역전이 당해가지고 저희끼리 이제 멘탈이 좀 나가고 즐거운 분위기가 나오지 않았거든요. 그걸 이제 조금 즐거운 분위기를 좀 더 올리고 헤이븐에서 좀 이겨가지고 그런 부분들이 더 올라갔던 것 같아요.
Yeah, to be honest, we weren't in a good headspace after dropping Lotus, but we tried to keep the vibes up on purpose. We were very conscious of the energy around us, and winning Haven helped us a a lot too.
สำหรับคำถามที่2นะครับนั่นก็คือเกี่ยวกับแมปโลตัสของเขานั่นเองนะครับที่อาจจะโดนพลิกกลับมาชนะแล้วมันแน่นอนแหละมันเกี่ยวข้องกับ mental นะครับหรือว่าความคิดแน่นอนนะซึ่งคำถามก็ถามว่ากลับคืนมาได้ไงนั่นก็คือการบอกว่าเฮ้ยท้ายที่สุดแล้วเนี่ยมันจบไปแล้วเราต้องค่อยๆทำให้ vibe ในทีมนะความรู้สึกในทีมเนี่ยมันดีขึ้นเรื่อยๆนะครับแล้วการที่ชนะ Haven ได้เนี่ยช่วยพวกเราได้เยอะมากๆกันเลยทีเดียวครับ
Well, speaking of Haven, what were the reactions from the team when you saw Jet Yoru instead of ISO Yoru from Vitality? Vitality가 Haven 조합 바꿔왔잖아요. 팀원들 반응은 어땠는지도 궁금합니다.
솔직히 왜 바꿨지? 좀 솔직히 의문이 들고요. 그냥 진짜 그냥 왜 갑자기 바꿔왔지? 그래 그냥 좀 쉽게 플레이했던 것 같습니다.
Honestly, we were just like question mark, and the question mark still remains. Why did they change it? And it was easy for us, to be honest.
สำหรับตรงนี้นะครับก็เป็นคำถามที่เกี่ยวกับแมป Haven ต่อเลยนั่นก็คือการเจอเจกับโยรุรู้สึกยังไงคืออยากรู้ reaction นะครับหรือว่าปฏิกิริยาในการเจอคอมนี้เพราะมันไม่มีใครคาดถึงคำตอบก็คือนะครับเครื่องหมายคำถามครับไม่รู้เหมือนกันนะจนตอนนี้ก็ยังไม่รู้นะครับผมแต่ก็รู้สึกว่าเป็นเกมที่ง่ายครับ
Lastly, fighting from you before facing EDG. 파이팅 한번 해주시죠. EDG 전 앞두고.
일단 말해도 돼요?
네.
EDG 꼭 복수하겠습니다. 파이팅!
We're here for revenge, EDG.
แล้วแมปต่อไปเจอกับ EDG นะครับคำตอบของซิลแวนง่ายๆนะฮะถึง EDG นะครับนั่นก็คือเดี๋ยวเราเจอกันครับ
Alright, that was Sylvan. Everybody give it up one more time for EDG. I mean T1.
EDG fighting!
I love Jen. You're just, you're the best. Best in the industry. Best in the industry. But yes, T1 gets themselves the win, and I can't believe that is a sentence I said out loud because I genuinely felt like Vitality coming into this series were stronger, had this one in the bag, but it goes to show you that in this sport, in this game, you cannot count anyone out, Cuckoo.
Surely, and especially before the tournament, if you were to look at this head-to-head, something that we had already seen at the beginning of the tournament, you would pick up Vitality as the favorites. But T1 has proved that they can grow, that they can overcome, and that they can pull out the matches as the one.
Well, a big part of that was Izu's sideshow. I mean, this guy was just on another level.
We were talking about the duelists all day, and I think Izu and Buzz turned up at the exact right time. Izu is turning up
as the dawn of this duelist?
It really felt like it, didn't it? But it was the dusk of the duelist for Vitality. The sun is setting on Vitality's time here in Bangkok. They ran into Izu's op over and over again, and they didn't have the super tight spacing to be able to deal with it. They really, you see the gaps in it. Even when Les was able to get the punish here, Buzz just picks up the operator, runs forward, grabs it, and he's able to get a 3K after this, 2 with the op and 1 with his ult. There were so many moments where they walked one by one into these angles without using good util to clear them off the line, without being able to scale off the util aggressively, without being able to do some like one person jump peeks, the other swings onto the angle. There's a lot of stuff that G2, for example, are fantastic at that Vitality haven't really got because they're a new roster, I think. There's still going to be growth for this team. I think they're going to be sad at the way that they've disappeared, but an incredible game from T1.
I think the momentum also is very important. And I'm going to pick up something that Sylvan said in the interview after they were able to close out Haven, after they were playing in there and rounds were going their way time and time again. It seemed like Vitality had nothing to do against them. It's normal that when you get into this third map, you have all this confidence. We're seeing the reacts here, everything, and everybody is just vibing on the stage.
It might have seemed like a bit of a close game because we started with an overtime. Every single map, T1 had a 10-4 lead.
Yes.
And then, you know, the first one, they kind of choke it away, and Vitality had a bit of a comeback. And then they stomped the next two. By the way, Buzz went 11 for 4 in first kills across the ladder 2 maps. Yeah. So he was just smoking Vitality in those early round fights.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to come back from that.
If you're getting that kind of output from Buzz now, I would definitely want to see that from him tomorrow, because that will really change how this series will play out against EDG. But that being said, we do have to say goodbye to one of EMEA's finest squads in Vitality, who unfortunately won't be moving forward in this competition, but this squad purpose-built for these types of events to make it to the global stage. They accomplished that task, and you know that they wanted to go even further without a doubt, but I have no question in my mind, Kakuka, that this Vitality team, this is not the last time we're going to see too much talent on that roster.
Yeah, absolutely not. And they've gotten a lot of experience that I think is also very valuable for them. We've talked about how important it is to learn from their losses. And I think that today could be a before and after for them. They've seen how they feel. They've seen the changes, the small changes, you know, that they made throughout this tournament and how that affected them. And we'll see how they do when stage 1 starts.
They're going to view this as a stepping stone to go forwards onto Toronto, onto Paris, but I think they need to maybe speed up a bit of their macro and work on their micro, learn from teams like G2 and EDG to tighten it up.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot that a lot that Vitality can continue to grow with, and we should most definitely see that in stage 1. But for now, though, as we take a look at the bracket and where we are down to our final 3. G2 is awaiting the winner of EDG versus T1, a game that we have seen, a match we've seen quite a bit. But hey, maybe history could change a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe something could come from this.
Absolutely, absolutely. T1 is already making history. EDG has had their first loss since they globally since they won that trophy. It was again since like the last one against G2. So probably we're going to see the best quality that we can get. It's so good. So we have seed 1 from America, seed 1 from China, seed 2 from Pacific. I'm happy with this. I feel like that we've had enough upsets, and I'm still happy with the results.
Sideshow.
Oh.
But I know you're not.
What do you mean you know I'm not?
I know you're not.
There goes the Vitality copium. Give it one last sniff.
No, huffing.
Okay, there was no one there.
Sideshow, are you looking forward to seeing T1 going up against EDG tomorrow?
The last time they played, it was a barn burner. It felt like it shouldn't have been. We were all expecting EDG to handle them with ease, and yet it wasn't. It was sloppy. There were thrifties all over the place. EDG really struggled with what T1 were throwing out there, and also the maps tended to favor them. Now, this is going to be a BO5. It's going to really test map pool depth. That, I think, is one of my biggest questions for T1, but they've shown that they have the quality to be able to at least bring it close to a team as good as EDG.
They're playing so much, and they know what it is to lose. They know what it is to bounce back. Tomorrow they're going to be in the same situation as they were today. You're against a team that was winning, then lost, and let's see how they're feeling.
Yeah, T1. They've ran through the gamut. There's so much more to come, though, folks, as we have plenty more Valorant action right here from Bangkok, Thailand. Don't forget, same time, same place, as we will see who makes it to the grand finals here in Thailand. We'll see you then, folks. You got a G2 that is hungry for that grand finals, and EDG that wants to make history. The pressure is on for both of these teams. It's going to be awesome.
Stop it. It won't happen again, right? Not like this. Kangkang already going to show some dominance towards DT. Sides on in. Yeah, they're not taking any chances this time. Kangkang! It's the name up in lights. It's a scrap through and through. This is a bloody battle from start to end, down to the 2v2.
There's a late flank coming in from G2 as well. There's one in main.
There's no way. They thought about it, Leaf thought about it, but you're on the other side. He's got it. A safe pair of hands for G2 today. Get no chances here. They want to bulldoze forward. Oh, I told you about these stingers, and maybe it's true. Smoggy has to pull this off himself, and the time is ticking. G2, the stinger in hand, more than enough to close out map 1.
I can't believe it's going down like that.
The gap is closing, the Vice is coming, G2. They're right behind you! Leaf tears him apart! They've got TP on Smoggy, but does Leaf let him leave? He doesn't! He keeps him tethered! He keeps them down! G2 smothering EDG! He'd need help from someone else, but maybe Simon can do it all on his own. Jaw's gonna take away nobody! You can see the damage! The G2! Punch for punch, blow for blow! Smoggy takes the TP, now knows. Oh! G2! The Ascension Dreamers! Reaching new heights! Locking in the grand finals!
Do or die for both of these teams. The Pacific Squad, the only #2 seed in the top 4. And here comes the juggernauts known as Vitality.
Showstopper, they're trying to flush him out. It doesn't get the kill, but Stax is there. They keep him covered. The fight about to fly. The swing in. Stax manages to find the blow. Another 4K from the IGL. spotted over towards A. Stacks just going to be dead. No assisting util. And Zeus similarly just going to be absolutely torn to pieces. Wanting to take absolutely everything from them, everything out of their hands, and they shall. Vitality 1 round away from tying us up. Will not be able to find it. Hawk going to be cleared. Izu able to find kicks. Taps the spike. Trek's going to be eliminated. Their captain with 2 health remaining. Gets a solid read, but Izu to defuse and gets T1 up to map point. Field race here for Meteor. Push her in the back of the cage. Izu on the floor. Durka takes over the round. A showstopper about to be in his face. And he'll just hit him from the back. No clue. A 1-7 scoreline to Vitality's disadvantage. They run back this Lotus and they steal it away from T1. Meteor going for the reset. Now the last one standing in a 1v2. They know exactly where he is. Only a wall for his util. The shield gone. Regains it. Kicks. Swings into the crosshair. And it's another Red Bull clutch. Looks to upset them here in their eco round, but Sylvan fighting 2, fighting 3, push out of the smoke, and Buzz bails him out. My God, a flawless second half from T1, 13-4. They say you opted into this, you chose this. They come roaring back into the series. Bit of an opener now. Izu tucking back, paranoia hits, but he still has the shot. Showstopper out. They're finding 1, but Izu continues to massacre one after the other. He beats them back. The TP can't be completed. Save picked off the dimensional drift now in play a 3v3 as he notes him in the corner. And Meteor tears him asunder. Both over towards elbow. Meteor on for the ace. Sprays away. Cannot get it. Izu steals it. But T1 has stolen the round. Keeps ticks back out into the open, and Meteor takes his head clean off. First kill advantage, now the second. As Meteor looks to take over the round. Buzz fighting 1. Meteor on for 3. Safe. The IGL, the captain, the only one, and he cannot get it done. 13-5. T1 earn their position in the lower final. A rematch versus EDG tomorrow.